Hi, Sands Montessori. This is Mrs. Johnson, and I am going to read to you one of my favorite stories with the help of my friend Angelina the Owl. She's going to join us today. The story I'm going to read to you is The Cow Who Wouldn't Come Down. And this story and the illustrations are by Paul Brett Johnson. Miss Rosemary knew Gertrude had a mind of her own. Even so, the day that Gertrude took to flying, it put Miss Rosemary in something of a tizzy. This won't do, it just won't do, she fussed and stewed. There was no telling what people would say. Besides, Miss Rosemary hadn't the slightest notion of how to milk a flying cow. Miss Rosemary marched out into the yard and she called sternly, "Gertrude, you will kindly come down this very instant. It's a known fact cows don't fly." Gertrude cut figures 8s in the sky, pretty as you please, and completely ignored Miss Rosemary. Miss Rosemary tried again. "Gertrude, oh, Gertrude, it's time to come down now. Here's a fresh bale of sweet alfalfa. You love alfalfa." Gertrude took a nosedive, caught an updraft, and sailed into a lazy glide. She did not, however, come down. No way. Poor Miss Rosemary. It was plain to see she was getting nowhere. She pulled her chin and knitted her brow. Somehow she must bring that silly contrary cow down. Miss Rosemary hurried to the shed and sorted through her fishing gear. She chose a sturdy rod and returned to the yard. When Gertrude made an especially low swoop, Miss Rosemary drew back and let go, but her fishing line became tangled in some overhead branches. She missed Gertrude entirely. Gertrude perched in a tree and tried to sound like a bird. "Merp, merp." "Oh, Gertrude, do hush," Miss Rosemary grumbled. "It's a known fact cows don't merp, they moo." Miss Rosemary had another idea. She found a long rope and made a lasso. She climbed the attic stairs. She crouched by the window, breathless, and waited. Just waited. Finally, Gertrude whizzed by and Miss Rosemary hurled the lasso. All she captured was a noose full of air. "Gertrude, you are the limit," she fumed and stomped her feet. Miss Rosemary was not about to give up, however. She climbed very cautiously out the window and onto the roof. Inch by inch, she crawled upward. She planned to sit at the top and wait. Sooner or later, Gertrude would fly by again. Then she would grab hold of Gertrude's tail. I don't know. Just as she neared the crest of the roof, Miss Rosemary felt herself slipping. She grabbed for the chimney but missed it. Down, down, down she slid. When she hit the gutter, Miss Rosemary bounced. Whoosh! Her dress billowed like a parachute as she sailed through the air and landed in a massive trumpet vine. "That crack-brained cow will put me in an early grave," Miss Rosemary moaned as she untangled herself. Oh, poor Miss Rosemary. Miss Rosemary hobbled to the front porch and sat in her rocking chair. That was her best thinking place. She crossed her arms, she set her jaw, and she rocked and thought. She rocked and thought without stopping for lunch. She rocked and thought without speaking to the postman. She rocked and thought without answering her phone. Gertrude, for her part, did not come down, not once. That evening, when the sun turned red and the hills turned blue, Miss Rosemary finally had the answer. Wearing a crafty little grin, she rose from her chair and went to the barn. There she got a bucket of paint, a brush, and a large piece of plywood. She made a sign. that said, help wanted, full-time cow, experience desirable, apply in person. Miss Rosemary put the sign on her front gate. She stole an upward glance at Gertrude, who pretended not to be curious. Then Miss Rosemary went to the attic. She dug around until she found 2 pairs of old roller skates. She took these to her sewing room. Next, she emptied all of her boxes of fabric pieces and made a huge pile in the middle of the floor. She went through the mound and selected just the right scraps and squares. The rest, she decided, would do for stuffing. Miss Rosemary sat down and began to sew. She worked all through the night. Her sewing machine never stopped humming. I wonder what she's going to make. What do you think? Let's see. Just as the sun cleared the hilltops, out of the house Miss Rosemary came, followed by Matilda. Let's just look at the pig. Miss Rosemary pulled Matilda to the barnyard, right up to Gertrude's feeding bin, which was right beside Gertrude's salt lick, which was right across from Gertrude's watering trowel. Miss Rosemary took the bucket of paint and the brush, and she changed the sign on the front gate. She put a big X through the help wanted part. Then she added some new words. The sign now said, "No cows needed, position filled." Miss Rosemary went back to Matilda and gave her a pat on the nose. "What a perfect cow," she said, a bit louder than necessary. What do you think of Rose? What is she doing up there on top? Gertrude. Gertrude does not look happy. With that, Miss Rosemary went inside. She fixed herself a hearty plate of scrambled eggs and toast and sat down by the window to eat. Gertrude circled above Matilda, slowly coming closer and closer. Round and around she flew until finally she made a sudden zoom for the clouds. Straight up she climbed. Way up she climbed. Gertrude came down like a rocket. Thunk! She landed squarely on Matilda and smashed her flat. Miss Rosemary smiled and finished eating her scrambled eggs. Later, Gertrude returned to munching grass and swishing her tail, as cows are supposed to do. Miss Rosemary was relieved, but she couldn't help thinking. It seemed that Gertrude was spending a lot of time around farm machinery. "Silly me," Miss Rosemary clucked. "It's a known fact cows don't drive tractors." All right, that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed this book. It's called The Cows Who Wouldn't Come Down. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Bye.
Yeah. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Dr. Jonathan Brown. I am the Director of School Leaders with Cincinnati Public Schools, and I want to welcome you and thank you for sitting so quietly and attentive while I read one of my very favorite books. This book is called The Giving Tree, and the author of this book is Shel Silverstein. I've had this book for a long time. I hope you enjoy it just as I have over the years. The Giving Tree. I wonder if you think you know what this book is all about. All right, let's find out. Once there was a tree. And she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come. and he would gather up her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. Have you ever played king of the forest? I did when I was a kid, a couple of weeks ago when I was your age. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches. And eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. Do you still play that game, hide and go seek? Oh yeah, it's a fun game. Yes. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree. Very much. And the tree, boys and girls, was very happy. But time went by. And the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I'm too old. I'm too big to play and climb," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I only have leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, come, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." I like the way you're sitting so quietly. And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. Do you think the tree was happy? Well, let's find out. Look at there. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." Do you think the tree is happy? Let's find out. And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. Let's find out if the tree was happy. And the tree was happy, but not really. Let's find out what happens next. And after a long time, the boy came back. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I'm too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I'm too tired to climb," said the boy. "Oh, I'm sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I am sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit. A quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired," said the boy. "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, come down. Come sit. Sit down and rest." And the boy did. Do you think the tree was happy? Well, let's find out. And the tree was happy. The end. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for listening to the Giving Tree story today. I do hope that you have a conversation and a discussion about why was it so important to name this book or title this book The Giving Tree. What does that mean to you? Thank you for allowing me into your classroom and to your homes today, listening quietly and attentively. You are the best students I've read to today. Thank you so much.
Good morning, boys and girls. We are so happy to be back with you. Miss White and I are still not able to be in school, so we're doing our carpet times here and our circle time. We've got all of our friends together, and we're going to have a great day today. We're going to do a couple songs, going to do a story, going to do our Haggerty lesson. Today I'm wearing some of my favorite socks. These are my banana socks. These make me laugh every time I look at them. So we've got our banana socks on, and we're going to start by standing up and moving around a little bit. So everybody stand up where you are. All right, if we're ready, we're going to do a song I hope a lot of you know. It is called The Hokey Pokey. And it goes like this. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, put your right foot in and shake all out. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, left foot out, foot in and shake all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right arm sing all about. Give the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. All right, great job with the hokey pokey. Let's sit down now and get ready for our phonemic awareness, our Hegarty lesson. All right, it is time for our purple binder. And why do we do our purple binder every day? That's right, so we can learn how to read. So everybody sit up real tall. This is our big learning. So we're going to try to do our ABC song, the alphabet song. And I'm going to try to flip these cards and keep up. So we're going to all sing this together. And I'm going to try to keep up and flip the cards. So here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Very nice job. All right, now let's go to our rhyming words. I'm going to say 2 words. You're going to say the words, and if they rhyme, give me a thumbs up. If they don't rhyme, give me a thumbs down. All right, I'll go first. Jet, get. Thumbs up, those rhyme, good job. Ice, nice. That's another thumbs up. Dime, 10. No, those don't rhyme. Map, cap. Those rhyme. Goat, barn. No, they're trying to trick us because goats, we saw goats in a barn. Remember that. We saw goats in a barn a few days ago, but goat and barn do not rhyme. Now, let's punch out our beginning sounds. I'll go first, and then it's your turn. My turn first. Voice. Nice. Yawn. New. Heart. Zone. Nice job. They gave us some really tricky sounds on that one. Now we are going to say a word slow and then bring it together. So we're going to blend some sounds together. Here we go. I'll go first, then it's your turn. T-oo, two. Z-oo, zoo. D-oo, do. M-oo, moo. And y-oo, you. Nice work. They gave us all kinds of rhyming words. To, zoo, do, moo, and you. All right. Now we're going to do our middle sound, a roller coaster. So we're going to say the whole word and then stop right in the middle for our middle sound. Map, your turn. Set, with, doll, and fun, up. All right, now we are going to say a word fast and then slow it down. All right, here we go. So we are going to segment or take apart a word. Bay, a. Nice work doing that. Way, a. Pay, a. May, a. And lay, a. All right, good. Now we're going to take a sound and add a sound to the beginning to make a word. So everybody say A. If we add to the beginning, we have may. Everybody say E. If we add W to the beginning, we have we. Everybody say I. If we add T to the beginning, we have tie. Everybody say O. If we add S to the beginning, we have so. And everybody say ooh. If we add Z to the beginning, we have zoo. Nice work on that. All right, now we are going to take that last sound, or take the first sound away. So everybody say zoo. If we take away the Z, we're left with ooh. Everybody say say. If we take away the S, we're left with A. Everybody say me. If we take away the we're left with E. Everybody say bye. If we take away the B, we're left with I. And everybody say low. If we take away the L, we're left with O. Nice work on that, taking the beginning sound away. Now we're going to change our beginning sound. So, everybody say so. If we change the S to a N, we have no. Everybody say no. If we change the N to a G, we have go. Everybody say go. If we change the G to a L, we have low. Everybody say low. If we change the L to a we have mo. And everybody say mo. If we change the to a S, we have so. All right, here is our last day for our nursery rhyme this week. And can anybody tell me what this is called? Yeah, I heard a lot of people. Humpty Dumpty. So we're going to say it 2 times real quick, and then we're going to move on to our next activity. Remember, we have our rhyming words: wall, fall, men, again. So a nursery rhyme goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Do you think you can do it without me? I don't know. How about I get us started and we'll see if you can do it all by yourself, and I'll be listening. All right, here we go. Humpty Nice job. I think I heard a lot of people do Humpty Dumpty all by themselves. Very, very nice job on that. All right, let's all stand up again, and we'll do a little activity before our story. So everybody, let's stand up. All right, I hope everybody is standing up now, because we're going to look at different ways to move our bodies. So think about the different ways we can move, and we're going to start with marching. And our song goes like this. When the kids go marching in, doo-da, doo-da. When the kids go marching in, oh, doo-da day. Oh, doo-da day. Oh, doo-da day. When the kids go marching in, oh, doo-da day. All right, who can think of another way to move our bodies? Oh, all right, we'll try that one, but we have to be really careful. Look out for things around you. I heard somebody say they want to try to spin. So we're going to spin, but we need to make sure we take care of our body. All right, here we go. When the kids go spinning in, doo-da, doo-da. When the kids go spinning in, oh, doo-da day. Oh, doo-da day. Oh, doo-da day. when the kids go spinning in, oh, do-da day. Whew, all right. I think we have time for one more. What's another way we can move our body? All right, I think we can try that. I heard somebody say hopping. So we're gonna hop, we're gonna keep our body in one place and see if we can hop and do our song. All right, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Good, all right, here we go. When the kids go hopping in, doo-da, doo-da. When the kids go hopping in, oh, a doo-da day. Oh, a doo-da day. Oh, a doo-da day. When the kids go hopping in, oh, a doo-da day. I know that is so exciting. All right, everybody sit back down now and let's get ready for our story. All right, today we're going to read a great story. This is called Song and Dance Man, written by Karen Ackerman. So she's the author, she did the words, and Stephen Gamel did the illustrations or the pictures. And I think I like this story so much because it reminds me of my grandpa. Just the way they drew the pictures and the way the grandpa acts in the story. So I always think about my grandpa when I think about this story, and that makes me feel really happy. The Song and Dance Man. Grandpa was a song and dance man who once danced on the vaudeville stage. When we visit, he tells us about a time before people watched TV, back in the good old days, the song and dance days. Supper in an hour, Grandma calls from the kitchen. I wonder if my tap shoes still fit, Grandpa says with a smile. Then he turns on the light to the attic, and we follow him up the steep wooden steps. Faded posters of Grandpa when he was young hang on the walls. He moves some cardboard boxes and a rack of Grandma's winter dresses out of the way, and we see a dusty brown leather-trimmed trunk in the corner. As soon as Grandpa opens it, the smell of cedar chips and old things saved fills the attic. Inside are his shoes with the silver half-moon taps on the toes and the heels, bowler hats and top hats, and vests with stripes and matching bow ties. We try on the hats and pretend we're dancing on a vaudeville stage where the bright lights twinkle and the piano player nods his head along with the music. After wiping his shoes with a cloth he calls a chamois, Grandpa puts them on. He tucks small white pads inside the shoes so his corns won't rub, and he turns on the lamps and aims each one down like a spotlight. He sprinkles a little powder on the floor, and it's showtime. We sit on one of Grandma's woolen blankets and clap our hands and call out, "Yay, Grandpa!" The song and dance man begins to dance the old soft shoe. His feet move slowly at first while his tap shoes make soft, slippery sounds like rain on a tin roof. We forget that it's Grandpa dancing. All we can hear is the silvery tap of 2 feet, and all we can see is the song and dance man gliding across the vaudeville stage. He says, "Watch this," and does a new step that sounds like a woodpecker tapping on a tree. Suddenly his shoes move faster and he begins to sing. His voice is as round and strong as a canyon echo, and his cheeks get rosy as he sings Yankee Doodle Boy, a song he knows from the good old days. There are too many dance steps and too many words in the song for us to remember, but the show is better than any show on TV. The song and dance man stops and leans forward with a wink. "What's that on your ear?" he asked, and he pulls out a silver dollar from somebody's hair. He rolls his bowler hat down his arm and catches it in his hand and flips it back up on his head. "You know how to make an elephant float?" he asks. 1 scoop of ice cream, 2 squirts of soda, and 3 scoops of elephant. Oh, we've heard that joke before, but the song and dance man slaps his knee and laughs until his eyes water. He tries to wipe them with a red hanky from his vest pocket, but the hanky just gets longer and longer as he pulls it out. He looks so surprised, we start laughing too, and it feels like the whole attic is shaking. Sometimes we laugh so hard the hiccups start, and Grandpa stops to bring us a glass of water from the bathroom. Drink slow and hold your breath, he says, or I'll have to scare you. Once our hiccups are gone, he gets a gold-tipped cane, a black silk top hat from the trunk, and he lowers his eyes, tips his hat, and stands very still. All the lights are turned low except the one that shines on his polished tap shoes. It's the grand finale. So the song and dance man takes a deep breath. He lifts the cane and holds it in both hands, and slowly he starts to tap. His shoes move faster and faster, and the sounds coming from them are too many to make with only 2 feet. He spins and jumps in the air, touching the stage again. He kneels with his arms spread out, and the silk top hat and the gold-tipped cane lie side by side at his feet. His shoes are still, and the show is over. We stand together and clap our hands, shouting, "Hooray!" and more. But Grandpa only smiles and shakes his head out of breath. He takes off his tap shoes, wraps them gently in the chamois, puts them back in the leather-trimmed trunk. He carefully folds his vest and lays the top hat and cane on it, and we follow him to the stairway. Grandpa holds onto the rail as we go down the steps. At the bottom, he hugs us, and we tell him we wish we could have seen him dance in the good old days, the song and dance days. He smiles and whispers that he wouldn't trade a million good old days for the days he spends with us. But as he turns out the attic light, Grandpa glances back up the stairs, and we wonder how much he really misses that time on the vaudeville stage when he was a song and dance man. The end. Oh, that's such a great story. Thank you for listening, boys and girls. We have one more thing we're going to look at. Mrs. White showed me this, and I really wasn't sure. Oh, I'm sorry, sock monkey. You okay? All right. She showed me this, and I'm not sure what it is. It's got a wooden piece, and I think she said this is salt. So that's really interesting. And it's got a cord, and it plugs in. What do you think this does? What do you think this is for? Could be, but I don't think we're going to chip the salt off here to eat. Oh, look, on the cord, there's a little switch. Do you think I should move this switch and see if anything happens? I think we should try it. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to have our friend Monkey help us flip the switch. Is that okay, Monkey? Okay. All right, Monkey's going to help us. We're going to count to 3 and flip the switch. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, Monkey, what happened? Switch it. Huh. You flip it that way and it's dark, and then something happens. It looks like there's a light in here. Maybe this is a lamp. A lamp, if you don't need a whole lot of light, but just a little bit of light. You've got this lamp that you have. Interesting. All right, well, that was a pretty cool thing to see. All right, well, that is the end of our circle time today, boys and girls. Thank you again so much. Thanks for spending time with us. We miss you all, and we hope to see you again really, really soon. Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. White and I are so glad that you've joined us again today. We will let the adults know that the videos might be a little bit longer now because we've added a couple things. So if your child is getting a little bit bored or wandering, they are more than welcome to do this in a couple different chunks. But let's go ahead and move on to our lesson. We have our friends here with us today. I see Raccoon And oh, and I see Olive came in to join. Hello, Olive. Good morning. And Bowling Ball's with us. Oh, and we have a new friend. Our new friend wearing the hat here. Oh, that wasn't a new friend. That was Log. Log put on a hat to try to trick us. Oh no. Well, Log, you look mighty dapper in that hat. But we are going to start by standing up today and doing our Mighty Minute after I say that there's been a lot of requests since I couldn't wear my spring pants. People have been clamoring to see the spring pants, so we broke the spring pants out today. They come out once a year, so we have the spring pants, so we hope everybody's happy. All right, let's stand up and do our Mighty Minute. Oh good, it's 9. All right, so we are going to be talking about trees for the next couple weeks, and our Mighty Minute for today is called A Tree My Size. So I'm going to say something and do a movement, and you just do the same thing I do. You can repeat after me. A tree is wide. A tree is tall. A tree is thin. A tree is small. Beautiful tree I see with my eyes, but the one I like best is exactly my size. All right, let's do this a little bit quicker now, and we'll do it together. A tree is wide. A tree is tall. A tree is thin. A tree is small. Beautiful tree I see with my eyes, but the one I like best is exactly my size. Great job, boys and girls. All right, let's sit back down. All right, so one of my favorite stories, the story we're going to do today is called Jazz Baby. And the author is Lisa Wheeler. She wrote the words, and the illustrator is R. Gregory Christie. He did the illustrations or the pictures. So we're going to get a nice tempo or rhythm going with this story. So if you can snap your fingers, you can snap along. If you can pat your legs, you can do that. You could even stomp your feet a little bit if you wanted to try to keep with the beat of the story. So here we go, Jazz Baby. Oh, and look, he's got a record. I love that. Brother's hands tap, sister's hands snap, and the itty bitty baby hands clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Grandpa toot toots, Granny sings scat, and the bitty boppin' baby goes rat-a-tat-tat. Mama sings high, Daddy sings low, and the snazzy jazzy baby says, go man go. So they toot, 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 and they snap, 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 and the bouncing baby bebops with the clap, clap, clap. Auntie Toad taps, Uncle Soft shoes, and the fancy dancing baby goes do-wop-do. And the cousins boom, boom, the neighbors hip, hop, and the rompin' stompin' baby goes bop, bop, bop. Mama swings high, Daddy swings low, and the swingin' singin' baby says, go man go. So they boom, 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 and they hip, hip, hop, and the bouncing baby boogies with a bop, bop, bop. The drummers beat, beat, the bass players strum, and the snappy happy baby goes rum tum tum, rum tum tum. The tempo goes up, the lights go down, and the busy dizzy baby goes round and round. Daddy jumps high, Mama bends low, and the laughing limbo baby says, go man go. So they beat, 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 and they strum, 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 and the bouncing baby limbos with rum tum tum, rum tum tum. Brother's arms hold, sister's arms hug, and the rock-a-bye baby so warm and snug. Grandpa smiles wide, Granny smiles too, and the drowsy-dowsy baby sings la-la-loo. Daddy sings blues, Mama sings sweet, while the snoozy-woozy baby goes sleep-dee-dee. Oh, yeah. Great job on that story. And now we are going to move on to our purple binder. And we've got a brand new purple binder, boys and girls. We were able to get into our classrooms for a couple minutes, and then Miss Vera got me the brand new 2020 edition of the purple binder. So this will be our first time trying it out, and we are super excited. So there might be a couple things that are a little bit different, but most of it's pretty much the same. So we're gonna start with our rhyming words. I'll say the 2 words first, you repeat them. If they rhyme, give me a thumbs up. If they don't rhyme, give me a thumbs down. This, miss. Good job, those rhyme. Hard, yard. Yep, those rhyme. And them. Nice, they tried to trick us. Those do not rhyme. Went, sent. Thumbs up, good job. And to, do. Those words rhyme, great job. Now, we're gonna look at the beginning sound. So we're gonna punch out our beginning sound. I'll go first, then you repeat after me. Jam. Kite. Pig. So. Made. Nice work on those beginning sounds. Now we're going to say a word slow and blend the sounds together. So I'll go first, and then it's your turn. See. Me. Knee. We. Be. Nice work blending those phonemes together to make words. Now we are going to find the last sound in a word. So we're going to say the word, reach across, and punch up the last sound. I'll go first, and then it'll be your turn. Little, rag, stayed, Nice job on that one. Pop. Oh, that was a tricky one because it had the p sound at the beginning and the end of the word. And home, Nice job on those ending sounds. Those are tricky. Now we are going to say a word fast and then split it up. So my turn first, then it's your turn. New, ooh. Boo, ooh. Two, ooh. Chew, ooh. And shoe, ooh. Nice job getting those words split into sounds. Now we're going to add a sound to the beginning of the word. So everybody say ooh. If we add d to the beginning, we have do. Everybody say I. If we add to the beginning, we have high. Everybody say A. If we add w to the beginning, we have way. Everybody say E. If we add B to the beginning, we have B. And everybody say O. If we add to the beginning, we have mo. Nice job. You're working really hard on our phonemic awareness lesson. Now we're going to take the first sound away. So, excuse me. Everybody say may. If we take away the we're left with A. Everybody say T. If we take away the T, we're left with E. Everybody say knee. If we take away the N, we're left with E. Everybody say bow. If we take away the B, we're left with O. And everybody say shy. If we take away the sh, we're left with I. Nice job. We are up to our last page. So here we go. Now we are going to change our beginning sound. So, got a bug here. Everybody say so. If we change the s to a n, we have no. Everybody say no. If we change the n to a g, we have go. Everybody say go. If we change the g to a l, we have low. Everybody say low. If we change the l to a m, we have mo. And everybody say mo. If we change the m to a s, we have so. Great job. And now it is time for our nursery rhyme for the week. And our nursery rhyme is called This Little Piggy. And I'm going to be real careful not to touch it because it's in dry erase and I could erase it and that would make some people kind of cranky if they had to rewrite it. So, we will do our nursery rhyme. I'll do it really slow, and by the end of the week, we'll be able to do this all together. And I bet a lot of you know this already. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, wee, wee all the way home. And you can do this on your hand or on your foot, however you would like to do it. I will use my hand. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, 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 wee all the way home. All right, and now, our question of the day. Our question of the day, we're going to get out our other board. Have you seen a tree today? I don't know if I have seen a tree today or not. Let me think. I don't know. Do you see any trees around? Oh my goodness, there is a tree right behind me. There is a tree right. I have been sitting next to a tree this whole time. Oh my goodness. So I have seen a tree today. Have you boys and girls seen any trees? I've got lots of trees in my yard. Everywhere I look, I see trees. And this tree, I just found out, is cherry blossom. So that's why it is so pretty. We weren't sure what kind of tree it was, so we looked it up online. And this is a cherry blossom tree, which is just beautiful. And finally, our story. Oh, and this story, Mrs. White and I were talking, makes us tear up a little bit. Oh, it's such a sweet story. It's happy and sad at the same time. So sometimes you can be really, really happy and really, really sad. And this story makes a lot of us do that. This story is called Our Tree Named Steve. Written by Alan Zwiebel. He's the author. He did the words. And illustrated by David Catro. He did the pictures or the illustrations. Dear kids, a long time ago when you were little, Mom and I took you to where we wanted to build a house for us to live in. But in order to build there, men had to come and clear the land. So they had to knock all the trees down and cut them down. I remember there was one tree, however, that the three of you couldn't stop staring at. Adam thought it was crying. Lindsay said it looked nervous, and Sari, who was only 2, couldn't pronounce the word tree, so she called it Steve. I love you, Steve, she kept saying. And then Adam and Lindsay started saying it, and before too long, Mom and I got the hint and asked the builder to please save Steve. The day we moved in, Steve was there to greet us. He quickly worked his way into our lives as a swing holder, a target, third base, a hiding place, and a jump rope turner. And whenever our dryer broke down, he held our underwear with pride. Look at them hanging all the clothes off of Steve. Yes, right there in the center of our yard, this weird-looking tree grew to become the center of our outdoor life. Through all of our barbecues, campouts, dance parties, or when Adam and Lindsay started getting crushes on the Simon kids next door, Steve adjusted to our every need. And it wasn't always easy, standing through all the snowstorms in the winter, or when Uncle Chester napped in the hammock. Couldn't possibly have been fun. Not to mention the time the sewer overflowed and Steve sucked up all the smelly water before it drowned Kirby. I bet Kirby's the dog. Then got so sick himself that a tree doctor had to give Steve a haircut that made him look like a big thumb. Guess they cut off most of his branches. Through the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, the peace that comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return after a hard day or a long trip. Which brings me to the point of this letter. Last week, a storm hit our area. And though we spared Steve's life a long time ago, this time we couldn't save him. Are we sad? Sure we are. But even in his final moments when he could have fallen on our house, Sari Swings, Kirby's house, or Mom's garden, Steve performed his last trick and protected all of us to the very end. And friends like this are hard to find. So when you come home from Grandma's next week, Steve will not be there to greet you as he's done in the past. I'm sorry. But please know that Steve will always be with us in our hearts and in our thoughts. And in a different tree at the other end of our yard. See you next week. Love, Dad. So if you look at this last picture, I wonder what they did with parts of Steve. I think you might be right. I think maybe they used some of the wood from Steve to build this tree house so that Steve could keep being part of their lives. Oh, what a fantastic story, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining us today on our carpet time, or our circle time. It's not really carpet because we're in the grass. So we are in our circle time, and we're going to try to do these outside while the weather's nice, and since we're going to be talking about trees. But we'll be back real soon, so everybody take care of each other, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi friends, it's Sarah Habib from Mission to Move again. I'm so excited to be moving my body with you all today. Today, in addition to those neural drills, we're going to try some dance. It's going to be really fun. It's new for me, it's new for you, and I can't wait. Let's get started with those neural drills. But today, we're going to do them in reverse. So we're starting with the marshmallow. Here we go. Hands out just like this. I want you to imagine that you've got a marshmallow on your thumb, and we're going to feed ourselves. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's take out those marshmallows. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome job. Next up, the mummy. Hands all the way up towards the sky, and we're going to paint our wrists down, and we're going to bend our wrists up. Palms out, wrists up. Let's keep going. 2, 1. Great job, everybody. Now we're up for our hip circles. Feet, hips, and apart. Hands on our hips, and let's trace that bucket. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome job, friends. Feet together, hands on your knees. Let's circle them around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job, friends. Let's put our feet out in front. Here we go. Ankle tilts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Way to go, friends. Now it's time for some dance. This one's really new to me, and it's going to be new to you. So we'll take it slow, and don't worry if you don't get every move right. It's just about having fun and moving our body. We're going to do everything on an 8 count. So I'm going to count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to use that as a way to help us keep the rhythm. First move, we're going to take our right hand and our right leg, and we're going to step and push away. Then we're going to do it with the opposite one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's practice that one more time. But it looked awesome. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next move in the series has us take our hands at our hips and throw them out into the air as we take a step back. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome job. Let's try and combine those two moves. Here we go. Follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome job. We're ready for the next part. We're going to hop on our legs. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that 4 times. Let's practice that again. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to then take our hands up towards the sky as we walk backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to combine those two groups together and see what happens. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was awesome! This time we're going to do it straight through, no counting, and just see what happens. Let's have some fun. Here we go. On my 3 count. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, that really got my heart rate up. How about you? I know I said no counting, but I counted that time. So let's just do it one more time, but this time really no counting. Here we go. Ready? Shake it out. And on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And cool both our minds and our body down. I'm going to sit crisscross applesauce. Come join me. Today we're going to practice our belly breathing. I'm going to take my hands and place them on my belly. Every time I breathe in, my belly's going to get as big as possible. I want to be breathing into my stomach. As I exhale, my belly becomes small. I want you to put your hand on your chest. And then I want you to breathe into your hand where it's on its chest. Do you feel how you're breathing into your chest? Now put your hand back on your belly. Let's practice breathing into your belly. That time, I send all the oxygen to my belly where my hands are. That's what we're trying to do here. We want to breathe into our belly. We're going to take 5 big belly breaths together. Let's go. Change the way I feel with my breath. Over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to make sure we teach you all different types of breathing, whether it's our hand breathing, or belly breathing, or lion's breath, or our flower and candle. Make sure to keep tuning in so you can learn about all different types of breath. Because I know when we all take the time to breathe, we can all make sure that we're feeling our best. That being said, my name is Sarah Habib. I'm from Mission to Move, and I can't wait to move with you again next week. See you later, friends!
Hi, I'm John from Mission to Move, and I wanted to share with you a little brain break to get your body moving through this tough time. We're going to start with our drills, and then we're going to do a little dance called the High Knee Marimba. All right, let's get started. We're going to start by just giving ourselves a hug. Put your arms out and give yourself a hug, and shake it all around. And put your arms out. And switch the other way and give yourselves a hug. Excellent. Now, show me your thumbs. Give a thumbs up. Put your arms out and let's eat 3 marshmallows. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now we gotta take them out. 1, 2, 3. Good job. It's time for some mummy arms. So, reach your arms out like a mummy. Ooh, so scary. All the way to the top. And then flex your hands and bring them down. Let's do 6 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good job. Hands on your hips, feet shoulder width apart. Let's do some hip circles. Here we go. 1, big circles. 2, get that body warmed up. 3, and stop. Reverse the other direction. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Now, step together. Show me your hands and put them on your knees. It's time for knee circles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And reverse it the other direction. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now put one foot in front. And let's do our ankle tilts. Just tilt your foot to the side. Let's do 3 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And switch feet. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now put both arms up. Clap to the side. We're just going to stretch over like a banana. And back up. Now the other side. Over like a banana. And up. Oh, that feels good. Let's do it one time each way. Stretch. And back up. Reach over to the side. And up. Good job. Now we're going to imagine there's a big rope in front of us. And we're going to climb that rope. Get all the way to the top. Reach really high. Grab it. Grab the rope. Faster. 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 Oh, you made it. Good job. Next up, we're just going to march. March with me. Lift those knees up. Warm up those legs. Get your body moving. Feels good. Awesome job. Next up, we're going to do some frog jumps. So crouch down low, and we're going to jump up really high. Let's do 6. And 1. Ribbit. 2. Ribbit. 3. Ribbit. 4. Ribbit. 5. Ribbit. 6. Ribbit. Excellent job. Now it's time for some fast feet. Our feet are going to run, and our arms are just going to sway side to side. Let's do it to the count of 10, as fast as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Freeze. Excellent job. Now we're going to do some ski jumps. So imagine you have your ski poles, and we're just going to jump to the diagonal, and then to the other diagonal. Let's do 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And now it's time for some high knees. Put your hands out about as high as your waist, and we're just going to march and touch our knees to our hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How you doing? Are you working up a sweat? Good job. It's time to do our high knee marimba. We're going to turn that into a dance. So we're going to start by doing high knees to the side. So put your arm out to the side, and we're going to do 3 high knees. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. Other side. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. Again. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. Now we're going to do 2 times on each side. Ready? 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, right foot. 1, 2, again. 1, 2, and then we're going to do 8 high knees to the side, 1 alternating each one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. That's the first part of our dance. Next up, we're going to do high knees to the front. Just 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do it a little slower and go up, step on it, and step back. Try that with me. High knee, step, back. Then switch other feet. High knee, step, back. High knee, step, back. High knee, step, back. And then we're going to pick up the pace and do 8 of those super fast. Knee step back, knee step back. 3, knee step back. 4, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. The dance begins with the steps we did at the same time, just once on each side. Remember what we did first? 3 high knees. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. 2, 1, 2, again. 1, 2, again. 1, 1, 1, and 1. And then you make a final pose. Are you ready to try our dance with some music? All right. Here we go. You ready to get started? All right, 3 high knees with a clap. We go right. 2, 3, and a clap. Left. 2, 3, and a clap. Third one. 2, 3, and a clap. 2, 3, and a clap. Now we're gonna do 2. Right side, 1, 2, left side. Right side. Now singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get those knees up. 7, 8. We go up, step back, step back. 3 and 4. Now pick it up. 1, 2, 5, 6. Up, step back. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. 1, 2, 3, and a clap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 ones. 1, 1. Get that pose. Yeah! Excellent job! You did so good! I am impressed. Give yourselves a round of applause. And now let's do some of our breathing. Today, we're going to do our ocean breath. So put up your fist. We're going to take a big deep breath in, make your belly nice and big, and we're going to breathe out with a shh and lift one finger. After we do all our fingers, we're going to turn our hand into the ocean wave. Ready? Here we go. Nice. Other hand. One more time with both hands. We go. Excellent job. Thanks so much for moving with me today in our Mission to Move brain break, and we will see you again next time. Have a good one.
Today's activity is called the Name Hunt. This activity will promote the development of letter recognition and also your child's name. This time of year, you can find plastic eggs just about in any store. Walmart The dollar store, Kroger's, they all carry them, and those are currently open. They come in packages of 5, 10, 12. I've even seen them upwards of 200. Get yourself a package of eggs and bring them home. For this, we will write each letter of your child's name on a little piece of paper. Fold it up, stick it in the egg. I have gone ahead and stuck my name inside the egg, so we are ready to go. Next, hide the eggs in a room. If you're playing with multiple children, you could hide your child's name all in blue and maybe the other child all in another color. If you're playing with just one child, you hide the eggs for them and call them into the room. They will hunt around the room looking for eggs and bring them back. When they have found the right number of eggs, have them open it up, say the letter's name, L. A, another A, R, and a U. Now your child can put their name in order. This is my name. L, A, U, R, A. This gives your child not only letter name practice, but also practice with their own name.
Hi, welcome back, boys and girls. It's time for Miss Pam's story time. Today, I'm going to read a book to you called Seeds Get Around. And this is an informational textbook because this is going to give us information about seeds and how they get around. The author's name is Nancy White. This is a very big book also. Sometimes people put seeds in the ground. Plants grow from seeds. Oh, this is our table of contents over here. It tells us about all the information we're going to learn from this book. These dandelions grew from seeds, but no one plants dandelions. How did they get there? The wind blows dandelion seeds through the air. New dandelions grow where the seeds fall. This tall maple tree grew from a tiny seed. How did the seed get there? The wind blows the maple seeds off a tree. A baby tree might start to grow where a seed falls. Did you ever open up a maple seed and stick it on your nose? Did the seed fall on the ground? Maybe a new tree grew there. A coconut is the seed of a palm tree. What if a coconut fell into the water and floated away? I like this picture here. It shows the palm tree starting to grow out of the coconut. This acorn fell from an oak tree. An acorn is the seed of an oak tree. Maybe a squirrel dropped an acorn here a long, long time ago. Some seeds are prickly. They are covered with little hooks. Prickly seeds stick to the fur of animals. This dog might be giving some seeds a ride. Those prickly seeds can stick to your socks or your clothing too. Seeds stick to the rubber tires of cars. These seeds might travel hundreds of miles. Seeds are carried by wind, by water, by animals, and even by you. Aren't you glad that seeds get around? Now I have a couple questions or some things for you to do with someone special. I want you to tell someone special 2 ways seeds can get around to grow new plants. Did you guys talk about that they can be carried by the wind or water or animals or even people. Next time you're at the park, I want you to look at the trees and plants. Try and decide if someone planted them or if the seeds were carried by the wind, the water, animals, or even people. Thank you for joining Miss Pam today at Story Time. I miss everybody. Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to read a book today called Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and it's by Bill Martin Jr. and John Archambault, and the illustrator is Lois Ehlert. We like to sing a little song about the author and illustrator in Miss Pam's class. The author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. Author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. Author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. That's how a book is made. We're going to open our book and see what's inside. What are these things? That's right, these are letters. This book must be about letters. Here's another title page. It says Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and the author and illustrator's names. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. The title page again. A told B and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. We, said D to E, F, G, I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Here comes H up the coconut tree. And I and J and tag along K. Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Look who's coming, L, M, N, O, P. And Q, R, S, and T, U, V. Still more, W, X, Y, Z. The whole alphabet up the, oh no! Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Skit, scat, scoodle, dot, flip, flop, flee. Everybody running to the coconut tree. Mamas and papas and uncles and aunts hug their little dears, then dust their pants. Help us up, cried ABC. Next from the pile up, skinny D and stub toe E and patched up F. Then comes G all out of breath. H is tangled up with I, and J and K are about to cry. L is knotted like a tie. M is looped, N is stooped, O is twisted, alley-oop. Skit, scat, scoodle, dot, flip, flop, flee. Look who's coming, it's Black-Eyed P, Q, R, S, and Loose Tooth T. Then U, V, W, wiggle, jiggle, free. Last to come, X, Y, Z, and the sun goes down on the coconut tree. But chicka chicka boom boom, look, there's a full moon. A is out of bed, and this is what he said. Dare, double dare, you can't catch me. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. And we're at the end of the story. And there are all the letters here again. Does anybody know a song about letters? Oh, that's right, the ABC song. Maybe you guys could help me sing this song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, LMNOP QRSTUV WXYZ. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Thank you for listening to the story with me today. I want you guys to sit and talk with someone and try to answer some questions about the story. What made the tree fall in Chicka Chicka Boom Boom? Have you ever had anyone help you like the mamas and the papas and the uncles and aunts did in Chicka Chicka Boom Boom after the tree fell down? Now I have a fun activity for you to do that's all about letters. I want you to go around your house and find all 26 letters of the alphabet in print around your house. Oh, you know what? We should count them and make sure there's 26. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. 26 capital and 26 lowercase letters. Let's go look all around your house, and if you want, you can even write the letters down that you find, but try to find all 26. Thank you for reading with Miss Pam today. I'll see everybody very soon.
Hi artists! It's Ms. Messer, your friendly neighborhood art teacher. Today I'm going to talk with you about how to use household items to make a sculpture and then use your art brain to draw it. The supplies you will need vary, but you'll need around 4 to 6 items, found objects, junk, and trash, not your sister's favorite toy, but things no one will miss. You can also use scissors and tape, but if you don't have those things, you'll just have to get a little more creative. You'll also want to gather some drawing supplies you'd like to use, like pencils, markers, crayons, and a piece of paper. Let's start by thinking of some household items you could use. I got a twist tie, a toilet paper tube, a few rubber bands, a thingamajig that I don't even know what it is, 2 birthday candles, and a paper clip. Watch as I cut, wrap, tear, bend, tie, and fold them into a silly-looking sculpture. For my last step, I drew dots and lines on my sculpture with marker. That was fun. Our next step is to draw this funky little sculpture using a very smart sounding phrase, observational drawing. Observational drawing is when you look at something very closely and you draw it just how you see it. It's a skill that grows when you practice it. Let's start with the basics. You definitely want to use a pencil to start with. Step number 2 says to make lots of mistakes because they help us grow. Step number 3 is to work through your mistakes using an eraser. And the next thing you're going to do is look very hard at your sculpture and start by drawing the biggest shapes you can see. Then you'll do the medium shapes, and then you'll do details, shading, and coloring. Let's start by talking about how you hold your pencil to draw. As you've grown up, your parents and teachers have been helping you learn to write. And to learn to write, you hold your pencil a certain way. You hold it down by the tip and you grip it very hard. This is so you can have control over your hand and you can work very hard to get your letters right. But drawing is different, so you actually have to hold your pencil differently. Instead of being tight down by the tip of the pencil, you're gonna slide your hand up the pencil, closer to the eraser. You're gonna loosen your grip too. It's gonna feel very weird if you've never done it before, but if it feels weird, that means you're doing it correctly. Look how my handwriting changes holding the pencil in those two different ways. The other thing I want you to be thinking about as you're drawing is this funnel, okay? At the top of the funnel are the big shapes of your drawing. That's where you're gonna start. You wanna draw those big shapes first, staying loose with your pencil. And as you continue your drawing, you move down the funnel a bit and you can draw your medium shapes. And at the bottom of the funnel is when you can start to draw your small details in color. Remember the funnel because you don't want to start with the details. You want to start with big shapes. And as you move towards medium shapes and details, you can get closer to the tip of your pencil with your hand so that you can have a little more control after you have all those big shapes in place. Now I'm going to get out my sculpture and make sure it's right in front of me. I have to look at my sculpture more often than what I'm drawing because this is called observational drawing. That means you have to observe or look very closely at the thing you're drawing. So I'm going to set my sculpture right next to my paper. Then notice that I try to get all my big shapes in place. I start with the oval that I see that's part of the toilet paper tube. I'm drawing very lightly and loosely, just trying to get everything in the right place. I take time to erase as I need to, noticing that I have some extra lines and using my eraser to clean it up a little bit. Once I've started getting all the big shapes in place, I can move on to the medium parts of this sculpture. I can even move my hand down a little closer to the tip so that I can apply more pressure and control. Notice as I continue drawing, I'm pushing a little bit harder with my pencil and I'm getting a little more confident putting lines in the right places. Lastly, I'm going to use an eraser to get rid of some of those extra lines and make sure that it's ready for our next step of coloring in or shading. So we have this really nice drawing now, and there's lots of ways you could choose to finish it. You could use a pencil and shade it as accurately as you can, looking for the lightest and darkest parts. That's also called adding value. You can make it look as realistic as you can. But you could also just turn it into a really cool, interesting drawing, coloring it with markers, crayons, colored pencils, however you'd like. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So watch how I finish my sculpture drawing with marker. Everyone, I'm really proud of what I made. I worked on it hard and I had fun. I hope I helped you make something great today. Keep up the hard work, artists.
Today's activity promotes the development of fine motor and color recognition, or color naming. For this activity, you just need paper and markers. I would start with 4 colors. Talk about the name of the colors with your child. The adult can draw circles for the child. This color is purple. We're making purple circles. You can prep this ahead for your child or do it with them ready to go. Each time you make this circle, say the name of the color. These are red circles. What color is this? Orange, you're right. You could connect the name of the color to objects. Do you know anything that's orange in our house? Orange juice, you're right. When you have all the circles on the page, now it's time for your child to draw lines to connect the dots. They could draw straight lines, zigzag lines, curvy lines. You decide. You could say, today I want to see you draw straight lines. Can you connect the purple? Good job. How about zigzag lines with red? How many red circles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. When counting, touch the object and say the number. Let's do green. 1, 2, 3, 4. Orange. Wavy lines. When you're finished, you could encourage your child to write their name somewhere on the page. Now they can use this to make other designs. If they're getting really good at it, you could try another shape. Maybe tomorrow you do triangles or rectangles. Maybe you do more or less depending on how they did with this activity.